Is my ex-girlfriend the love of my life or a covert narcissist? Find out in just a minute. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm in a great mood. So I got an email a couple of days ago, a very long email, and I figured it would be a great opportunity to make a video out of it because it touches on a lot of juicy parts. I'm not sure if this person was inquiring either a coaching or an email response. So I'm gonna keep it anonymous for now, and we're gonna call this person Bowser. I like that name. So I'm gonna go through the email. It's a very long email, so I might address some parts as I go. I might read the whole thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. But if this is your first time here in the channel, this is an anti-narcissist YouTube channel where we expose and we talk about the traps that narcissists, psychopaths set for their victims. We talk about narcissist personality disorder, recovery from narcissist abuse, the trauma, the PTSD that comes along with this dark situation in our life when it happens. And I do have a free ebook that I give away that will show you guys how to go no contact when you encounter these blood-sucking predators so that you can, get them out of your life as quickly as possible and not engage in the back and forth and in the drama that these toxic people keep you hooked by. Does that make sense? So there's a link below in the description. Go ahead and click that when you're done with this video so you can pick up your copy as a PDF that you can download straight to your phone or your computer. And talking too much, let me just get straight into the juice. So, okay, thanks for sending that in, Bowser. Let's begin. Hi, I was watching your videos and they have been tremendously helpful. I'm asking you because I need help desperately. I cannot decide if my ex-girlfriend is the love of my life or a covert narcissist. Okay, fair enough. Now, you will think I am a bad person, but she is married actually. So it is an affair, which yes, makes it look very bad, and I don't deny it, it is. But still, we were very close friends before the affair, and somehow it happened. Somehow. We felt an attraction, then we admitted to each other, then I wanted to stop, then she love bombed me big time. At the start, I always wanted to stop, but then we really felt like soulmates. And I really never was so deeply in love and so close to someone, and it is the same for her. Whether she's a narcissist or not, the husband is a typical doormat. She has been flirting with me in front of his eyes. Okay. This is water, not vodka. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because this is already huge. Because I've been in a situation like this before, so I'm not trying to judge, but obviously you know that when you get into something like that, there's consequences, okay? Not an angel. I flirted with a situation like that at one point in my life, and my good friend Karma came knocking on my door with a gun. Okay, I'm kidding. There was no gun. Oh yeah, there was a gun, but it wasn't pointed at me. Okay? All right, anyway, I digress. I'm kidding, by the way, so calm down. Listen, and I'm not kidding about the affair thing. Like, that actually happened. I think at some point in everyone's life, well, not everybody, I think at some point in some people's life, things like this happen. And it's crazy because you got to realize, even if you feel like you guys are soulmates, which I'll make another video about, this person is having an affair with their husband, with the person that they swore vows, that they made a commitment to. And do you think that, like, you're starting a relationship with this person, I would imagine, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. This person is showing you that they're an infidel. Once a cheater, always a cheater. That's been the story, and everybody that's been in a situation like this is like, yeah, once a cheater, always a cheater. So don't think that you're special. Some shit will happen down the line. So you're already starting this on a very bad foot, and it sounds like you knew it, but you did it anyway. So let's continue. Anyhow, for a long time, we were in an amazing soulmate-like relationship, and she was evaluating whether she can divorce for me, but she's very loyal. What? She's very loyal? And how is she loyal? It sounds like she's already being an infidel. Just the fact that she's flirting with you in front of the husband's eyes, and you guys are professing each other's love and soulmate type of things, that's cheating. That's being an infidel. Okay? You don't have to have sex with someone to betray them. Okay? I'm sure you guys will agree. You can sound off on the comments if you think I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that if you guys were married or you were in a relationship with someone and your partner is telling someone else that they're in love with them and they're soulmates and they're flirting with you, with them in front of your eyes, you'd be pretty ticked off, okay? So let's just keep it real here. Anyway, she's very loyal, and even though she doesn't love the husband, she cannot hurt him and needs to give a serious chance to save the marriage. She doesn't love the husband. This whole thing just sounds horrible. So there, we're back and forth. We finally broke up with me, saying she needs to try to save the marriage. So if she divorces, she won't have a regret. But then we stayed friends and went back and forth for 2 months, getting together, breaking up, breadcrumbing me, getting distant from me, but still not letting me go and sucking me back in when I got distant too. You just said she was very loyal, right? Okay, just checking. But then I had enough. 2 weeks ago, I said no contact. Good job. But she came back today and lured me right back in with how terrible she is doing. And she said she haven't decided about the husband. She would do anything else for me, but she is not sure if she can divorce. And she needs time to decide. Now, I am distant. I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm going to stop right there and have a sip of water. You guys can hit the right arrow key on your keyboard to skip ahead 5 seconds. All right. So, we're back. Look, you see what's going on, this back and forth type of shit? That's narcissistic behavior. Okay? That's clear textbook narcissistic behavior. Does that mean that she's a narcissist? Well, I'll keep reading the email. But I'm going to give you a little foreshadowing here. It doesn't matter whether she's a narcissist or not. What you guys have to look at is the person that you're in a relationship with, or you're dating, or you're married to, whatever. It could be a business partner that you have a partnership, your boss. It could be your parents. You just look at the relationship dynamic that you have. When they're doing shit like this, okay, you feel horrible on the inside. You have anxiety. You're probably walking on eggshells. You're not happy. You're miserable. You can't think about anything else but that. Like, that has your full attention. It's taking control of your thinking, and it's pretty disrespectful. Okay, just reading these things, it's not only disrespectful to you, but it's disrespectful to the husband. She is cheating on her husband. Okay, she doesn't have the integrity to end that marriage before even professing her love to you. It sounds like she's in a shitty situation. God knows how she got herself into that marriage with someone that she doesn't even love. Okay? And she wants to make sure that she has something better before divorcing. The fact that she's going back and forth It's like, maybe she's weighing out her options. Oh, if I divorce, I might lose the house, or I might lose the kids, or the hassles, the complications. What are you offering me? I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what type of conversations you guys have, but it sounds like she's having fun outside of the marriage, just stepping out. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another person that she's stepping out on or has already stepped out on before. So don't feel special about this. This soulmate shit, sorry, I don't buy it. Okay? Anyway, let's continue. I suffered so much the past months with the back and forth. One day, love of my life. Next day, we cannot do this. Then with the many rejections and becoming less and less of a priority. There it is, that up and down. You know what happens when you're with someone and it's an up and down? Like one day they love you, one day you're their soulmate, and then the next day they don't want to see you, they need space, they're not sure. You know what that does? That starts building a trauma bond, okay? Because trauma bonds are created with these intense highs and lows. So if that's already happening, like obviously, I mean, we all know that this is not ending well. But there it is right there. Those are the initial stages of a trauma bond. You get so hooked with the love bombing. And I'm not saying that she doesn't mean it. I'm not saying that she's straight up trying to gold dig you or manipulate you here. She may actually feel these soulmate feelings and emotions. But you're buying into it and you're believing this fairy tale and getting all worked up. And then the next day or a couple of days later, you get dismissed and you get dropped and she's unsure. That back and forth, man, that's not cool. That's not cool. Now I lost my place. See what happens? Okay, although she was purposely getting more distant because she wanted to focus on the marriage. Okay, now she wants to focus on the marriage. She wants to focus on the doormat. The guy that she told you was a doormat. Now she wants to focus on the doormat, maybe to wipe her feet or something. But also small lies became obvious, guilt tripping, invalidating me. And I always thought she was very empathetic, but some things suggest that she lacks empathy and super selfish. Yeah, you don't say. Whether there's empathy there or not, it doesn't sound like she's empathetic towards her husband, first of all. And now she doesn't sound empathetic towards her soulmate. Okay? Let's continue. I am definitely a people pleaser codependent. Thank you for sparing me the words. But I am not sure if she's a narcissist. There are many signs of covert narcissism, impulsivity, rage, narcissistic injury when she feels abandoned. Yeah. Need for attention, validation and love vain, insecure, love bombing at start, selfish. Damn, the list goes on. Her parents emotionally neglected her as a child, and all she wanted is attention and to be heard. She was a fat kid bullied, and now she's super hot and does everything to maintain her physique. Things like this. The writing's on the wall, Bowser. The writing's on the wall. Again, those are typical traits of a narcissist. Okay, remember, a lot of narcissist personality disorder usually stems somewhere at some point in childhood or during your adolescence or your teenage years, whatever. Something happened. Even it could be your early 20s, whatever. Something happens that traumatizes you in a certain way, and the way they cope with that trauma, the way they cope with that type of abuse or betrayal or whatever they went through, it's kind of disordered. Okay, it's not the way you and I would handle it, and they go and they have this deep internal rage against men or women, depending what they are. It's kind of like they want to get payback per se. So yeah, she was a fat kid bullied, and now she's super hot. Well, of course she's gonna flaunt that. If you were picked on in school and then you grow up and you learn how to fight, it's kind of like you have this chip on your shoulder. You're not a kid anymore, but you still have that. You carry that because when you're a child, you pick things up like a sponge. So now you're a fighter, you're a martial artist, a UFC fighter or whatever. And you know who you keep fighting? You're fighting that bully from elementary school or junior high, or the people that picked on you in your neighborhood. It's kind of like that. All the times you went out to play and you got picked on, or you got assaulted, jumped, or whatever. That's really who you're fighting. And you're fighting all these internal demons. So the fact that she's doing that, just textbook, it clearly shows that she's got damage. She's damaged goods, man. She's damaged goods. So let's continue. But she knows all these, and she tells me about these. But she's also a very nice person. She never talks bad about others, unless she's, talking trash about her husband to you, right? And I somehow believe her that she cares about the husband and me, the doormat. And she truly apologizes. And in fact, even despite the phases which look like devaluation and discard, she never ever said a bad word about me. And always praises me, although started to become less interested in me, less question about me, not seeing when I am hurt, ignoring things I said. All right. So you know what you're doing there, man? You're kind of like protecting her. And that's clearly codependent symptoms right there. You're protecting the person that you just said a paragraph ago that she's devaluing you, and she's kind of like putting you off to the side every few days to go back to the husband. She's dangling the carrot and taking it away, dangling the carrot and taking it away. And now you're telling me that she's a nice person, and that she truly cares about you, and that she truly apologizes. How do you know that her apologies are genuine? Just because I've said in other videos, or you've read in books probably, or watched other YouTube channels, and they tell you that narcissists never apologize. Look, in my experience, the narcissist in my life, the psychopath in my life, let me be clear, never apologized. She just could not do it. And when she would, it was like a sorry that you couldn't even hear unless you had some sort of an amplifier next to her mouth, or in front of your ear or some shit. But that doesn't mean that if they apologize that they're not narcissists, or that they're not toxic. These people are very smart. If they understand, okay, if I don't apologize, he's going to be on to me. Well, she's going to learn how to apologize. She may tell you, hey, I'm sorry. You may ask her, okay, well, what are you sorry for? And she'll go and in detail tell you everything that she's sorry about, because she knows that's what she has to do. It's called paying lip service. Now you'll be like, oh, okay, see, like you're saying in the email, oh, well, she truly apologizes. How do you know, man? How do you know it's real? How do you know it's just lip service? You don't. But what you do know is all these symptoms that you're giving me, all these red flags, that's what you do know. Stop protecting her. First of all, this is an infidel who's still married. Do you really want to be in a relationship in the future with someone that has been cheating on her husband? With someone that's showing character traits of impulsivity, that has rage, okay? She has those abandonment issues. She has that crazy need or crazy lust for attention and validation. All the shit. I mean, you're seeing all these red flags, and that's the love of your life? No, man. No, you drank the Kool-Aid. You drank the Kool-Aid from someone that is seeking something outside of themselves that they can never find, that can never quench that darkness, that can never quench that trauma, that narcissistic injury that they sustained before they even knew what the hell none of this shit was, that messed them up. And they'll never be able to quench that unless maybe they really work on themselves, but I don't know if there's a cure for NPD. I haven't heard about it. I don't know. I don't think so. I believe they get worse, especially in the world that we live in today with social media, with instant gratification, with all these websites where people can just make money exposing their bodies and selling all this types of stuff online. Come on. Influencers, that's what I was trying to say. Come on. No. So let's continue. I hate saying Where are we? So it is a complex situation in which I don't know if she's a narcissist who is just playing with me consciously or subconsciously, or a truly confused and nice married woman who is torn apart between responsibility to her husband and love. and I'm going to address that too. Yeah, it's definitely a complex situation that you got yourself into, and it's your responsibility to get the hell out. It's your responsibility to get the hell out before this blows up in your face even more, because it's already blowing up. You know, it's already blowing up. It could always be worse. I promise you, it will get worse. And now again, you're toying with the idea whether she's a narcissist or she's just a nice married woman who's torn apart between her responsibility to her marriage and I guess what, the one who she truly loves. Look, man, again, narcissists are torn apart. Narcissists are always miserable. They have this dark passenger inside them, okay? And they don't know how to navigate through it. They don't know how to navigate and silence those voices. They get these crazy urges of fire, and they see red, and they just have these impulsive character traits that just destroy good things. And they do things like that. They're in a good situation, and they self-sabotage it. And then they're like, oh shit, I did it. Well, fuck, now I did it, now I might as well continue doing it. Then it's like, oh no, like I need to work on this, I need to fix myself, I need space, I need to see a therapist, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll go and a few days later they're horny and they contact you again. Or if you know, you're a dude and if you're like pushing up on her or whatever, you get her all hot and heavy and she's weak, she's got no boundaries. She's gonna do it again. Can you imagine she's probably doing this with somebody else? Can you imagine if you guys get married later and you're gonna carry this with you? You're going to know all this information going into the relationship. You're going to be second guessing yourself from the moment you guys tie the knot or move in together or start dating again. You're going to be like, what? I sent someone an email online who has an anti-narcissist channel. Like who would do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this situation is already doomed to fail. And then if you go through with it, you're going to kick yourself in the ass, because it's going to, exactly what's going on here is going to happen to you again. Especially because of karma, because there's blood that you got to spill. There's blood to be spilled for getting involved with someone that was married. Okay, there's blood to be spilled. So not only do you have that to worry about, but it's just the fact that you're going into a commitment with someone that's incapable of commitment and has all sorts of issues. So, is there any way that I can determine if she's a narcissist? Should I directly ask her about her past lies, about the times when I felt she was completely unempathetic or selfish, and see what she has to say about these? Or just tell her my hurts and see how she reacts? Well, again, how are you going to determine if she's a narcissist? Are you going to ask her all 38 or 40 questions? Are you going to find one of these tests online that they have to check off 18 out of 20 boxes, or 18 out of 40, excuse me, or some shit like that? Like my psychopath checked off 38, you know, but that doesn't mean that if I meet someone and they start showing some of the character traits that you just described, and they start tormenting me the way that you just described that she's tormenting you, I could care less if they're a narcissist. They're toxic, okay? I don't want those people in my life, and you shouldn't either. All right, yeah, obviously this is a narcissist channel, but you got to understand that people are fucked up in so many other ways. And a lot of these symptoms blend in, and they cross, or God, I'm at a loss for words, but a lot of these disorders have similar symptoms, okay? And it's just like catching a cold or a flu, right? There's similar symptoms, right? Doesn't mean if you get a sore throat, doesn't really mean you have the flu, but when you get the flu, sometimes you get a sore throat too. So, you know, it's things like that. Does it really matter? At the end of the day, if she's showing you these signs and these red flags, how long do you want to stay? How long do you want to hang out in this situation to actually know, yes, she's a narcissist? What if she has borderline personality disorder, right? What if she's a paranoid schizophrenic? What if she's a sociopath? You know, if you want to like get super detailed, what if she's a psychopath? Like, does it matter at this point? She's a toxic, broken infidel. That should be enough to run. Don't walk, run. Okay? No, and as far as asking her about her past lives, like, are these people going to be honest with you? Are you going to believe a word they say? They're liars. They are liars. So she'll tell you what you want to hear. Again, paying you lip service. Come on. You think she's going to admit to that? And if she admits to it, it's kind of like she's already exposing herself. And what has she shown now that she has, I don't want to say cured, but gotten better? You know, because we all have a dark past. That's probably why we attracted these dark situations, because we have some sort of dark past that connects us to these broken people like a magnet. But, you know, we have an opportunity to fix these things. We have an opportunity to actually work on ourselves because we don't have that disorder. We actually have an opportunity to get feedback from our friends, from our family, from videos even, and be like, okay, how can I improve in this situation? Are there recovery groups, right? Are there therapists? Are there coaches? Are there books I can read to get better? You know, just because you have a bad past doesn't mean you can't turn your life around and turn a negative into a positive. But is that what she's doing? So what if she told you, she told you about her neglect of love and her neglect for attention when she was a child. What has she done, you know, to improve on that? Okay, she got fit and now she's hot, but she's using that beauty to entrap men and mess with their heads. That doesn't sound like someone that healed from their past. That sounds like someone that has an agenda and is out to get everybody. That's what it sounds like to me. So even if she confesses and tells you all these things, what you got to look at is her actions, her track record, what she's doing now, what she's doing to you, Bowser, what she's doing to you. You know, and gauge it on that, not on empty promises or words that you're not even sure if they hold any value. What do you think? I really appreciate your help. I am truly lost. My life almost disappeared, and when I started to gain it back, she came back. And I am so afraid to lose the love of my life. Bowser, she's not the love of your life. Stop saying that. But I don't know whether all these hurt is, let me see, did I read that wrong? But I don't know whether all these hurt is because of her or because I am weak, codependent, and because infidelity is never easy. And I know, never good. Please do not judge, too late, unless you must. Thank you. I know we are cheating, and it is bad, but it doesn't automatically mean that either of us is a narcissist. And I'm glad you said that because that's what I've been trying to tell you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you guys have narcissist personality disorder, but what you guys are doing is toxic. What you guys are doing is definitely not going to bring you good karma. Okay? It's not going to bring you any type of good karma. If the husband were to find out, you don't know how he might react. It doesn't matter what she's told you about him. She could be lying, or he could just be a doormat until something like this happens, and then he flips a switch and goes after you. You don't know what could happen. You just don't want to mess with a situation like this. It sounds very narcissistic to me, Bowser, and I think you know it too. That's why you're watching these videos, and that's probably why you reached out. But at the end of the day, in this situation in particular, does it matter? Okay, you're in a situation where she's not your girlfriend, she's not your wife, she's somebody else's wife. The red flags alone should be enough for you to abort mission immediately and break all contact with her. This is not your soulmate. Okay, this could be a succubi in disguise as an angel, disguised as your soulmate. Don't be so quick to jump into that stuff, because that's gonna mess with your head. You got to look at reality. Okay, and reality, you just described. You listed like 10 or 12 red flags, one after another. Do you need any more validation? Do you need my validation? I'm giving it to you. Do you need the validation of the community? You're about to get it. You're about to get it. Everyone's going to jump on you. Trust me, everyone's going to jump on this one. Okay? So the best advice that I could give you, abort now. Do not question her. Do not entertain her masquerade and her lies and her games of charade. Do not entertain that shit anymore. Let her dangle that carrot to somebody else. Believe me, there are other pickers out there. Okay? If what you're saying is true, that now she's hot and she's flaunting that body because she was fat and bullied as a kid, and now she craves that validation. She's probably getting it on social media. She's probably getting it every time she goes out. When she goes out with her friends, probably flirts with a bunch of dudes. Dudes buy her drinks. All these types of things that you don't even know are happening behind your back. I mean, she's stepping out on her husband. That should be enough. And I really hope is enough. Because if you don't abort now, things are going to get worse. If you feel that your life has almost disappeared, it will disappear if you stay in this situation. She's not the love of your life, man. People are replaceable. Okay? And I know that sounds shallow. So let's understand the context of what I'm saying. People are replaceable in the idea that we have 7.5 billion people in this planet. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're compatible with all of them. Some of them are children, some of them are old, right? But it's an abundance, an infinite amount of people all over the world. Okay? This is not the only one. This may be one that you guys had this amazing thing, right? But there will be another that you will have another amazing thing with. And you might feel like, oh, I thought that was my soulmate. This is my soulmate. You might do that. But I would just tell you to drop that term altogether because it messes with your head and it kind of like, it blinds you. It blinds you into overlooking red flags and protecting toxic people like you just did. You're protecting her. You're telling me how it is, and then you don't want to come off like you're trashing her, and you're trying to you're trying to convince me that she's nice to you. And is she nice to you? Like, do you think it's nice when she tells you that she loves you and all this nonsense, and then the next day, pretty much kind of discards you and just pushes you away so she can work on the marriage? Do you think it's nice, the fact that you feel all hurt over that and she's causing that and she knows she's causing it? That doesn't sound very nice to me. And I'm sure you agree. And thanks so much for sending in the question. I think this was just fucking awesome. Awesome email, perfectly illustrated. This is a great question. Guys, if you got questions like this, you want me to make a video, send them over my way. Perfectly detailed. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your self-awareness to know that you have codependent issues. But definitely, Bowser, you gotta run. You gotta run now. Abort mission. Do not go back. Cut her off. It's not gonna end well, man. It's not gonna end well. So again, thanks for sending that in. And that's all I got for now. So I hope this resonated with a lot of you people out there, because it definitely resonated with me. So yeah, keep sending them in. Sound off in the comments, like let's help him out. Let's help him out because he really needs it. He knows what's going on, but he's in that situation. I think he's a little bit trauma bonded here with the ups and downs. What do you guys think? Yeah. So anyway, and Bowser, I have a coaching program, an online coaching program. If you're interested in working through this together, just shoot me an email. And I'll give you more details on how we can set something up. Same goes for everybody. If you guys are interested in working directly with me, just shoot me a private email at info@psychopathexposure.com or click the link below in the description so that you can get more information on that. Don't forget to download the free ebook on the 5 steps of going no contact with a psychopath narcissist. And thanks again for your continued support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, now would be a very good time to do so. My name is Kira, and this is Psychopath Exposure. I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon. Peace.